GM Cardano, I'm Lloyd Duhan. It is the 6th of October 2023. Here are your top stories. Today we're closing out our week-long coverage of NFT XLV. Melanie, how did the conference impact you?
GM Lloyd, reflecting on the NFT XLV 2023 Cardano NFT conference that took place in Las Vegas last week, it was an exciting few days connecting with the passionate Cardano community and learning about the latest innovations on the blockchain. The energy was electric as hundreds gathered to discuss the future of digital assets and Cardano. Attendees marveled at vivid NFT artwork on display and bonded over their shared enthusiasm for the technology's potential. Visionary speakers took the stage to share their visions for bringing Cardano into the mainstream. There was palpable optimism about the growth of Cardano and its ability to improve how we create, trade, and govern the digital nation. Community members were eager to collaborate and forge new partnerships to push the ecosystem forward. In the exhibit hall, vibrant project booths showed off diverse use cases ranging from music to gaming to the metaverse. It was a creative hub for exchanging ideas and sparking new ventures. While challenges remain, NFT XLV highlighted the strides Cardano has made and the community's commitment to driving adoption. It was inspiring to see so much talent and determination building a more open and equitable landscape. The passion on display affirmed Cardano's status as a rising force in blockchain. If NFT XLV was any indication, the future looks bright, Cardano, as its community rallies together with the shared goal of mainstream success. This is Melanie Duhan for GM Cardano. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for bringing the stories to life this week. Charles Hoskinson took the main stage for a wide-ranging keynote. Here's a highlight on intellectual property.
How does intellectual property work its way into the blockchain space? How do royalties work in the blockchain space? Not just today, but let's say 30 years from now, 50 years from now. And how do you program those things? How do you template those things? And how do you make it easy that if you're an 18-year-old kid who's super creative, a great artist, great drawer, great musician, you can just grab something off the shelf and almost legal zoom it, push a few buttons, and it's there, and it has agency. Not just here in Vegas, but agency across the world, because your customers are global.
And on the concept of rug pull insurance, he said,
it would be really nice if we did some business model innovation, where as a community forms and that value starts creating, the people who participate in that have a say. So even if the founders go away, the capital, the intellectual property, the culture, these types of things are enduring and they can push forward. Now, we've already pre-done some work as an ecosystem. Went to Wyoming, we worked with the government there. We created legislation for DAOs.
Discussing Intersect, he added,
and the point of Intersect and institutions like that is to facilitate those types of conversations. It's not just about the core Cardano protocol and gosh, how do we get Plutus to be 15% faster and how do we get AGDA where it needs to go so it can be this great formal specification. It's about a frank conversation with all the DeFi space, the asset issuance space, the NFT space, the stablecoin people, the Oracle people. Because at the end of the day, it creates the backlog. It tells us where we ought to go. It's a collective thing. So we need to understand where we failed. Why have we failed? And it turns out that the minute you start talking this way, it's the best conversations you've ever had.
Budgets in the Voltaire era.
You actually build an on-chain government for Cardano, as we all are doing together. You're going to have a budget for Cardano. And decisions have to be made. How much do we spend on development? How much do we spend on marketing and growth? And who should get these types of funding? What do we do to hold them accountable? What are the KPIs we care about? What is good adoption, meaningful adoption versus bad adoption? What's a vanity metric from a meaningful metric that we care about?
And an important lesson learned.
Another business lesson I learned, and I wish I learned it faster in my career, and it helps get rid of the tribalism. The best people in the world admire their competitors. If you go talk to Tom Brady and you say, who's the best quarterback in the NFL? He'll never say himself. He'll talk about a dozen or so people that he grew up with that he admires. Say, oh boy, Peyton Manning, he could run the field like no one else. And Aaron Rodgers, he has this one thing he did. Brett Favre was just so resilient and capable, et cetera, et cetera. Elite people admire other elite people. And there's a truth to that in business. If you are operating at the highest levels in business, the highest levels of any human endeavor, you're going to have a catalog of people you look to and you say, I really admire what that person can do. I think there's something that they do is absolutely magical. And I want to understand it, deconstruct it, integrate it into my own business. And you know what? We have to do that in the cryptocurrency space. We can no longer say, screw those Solana guys and Polygon guys and goddamn Ethereum. Turns out there's some good ideas there. And somehow, some way, we have to align the incentives in a way where we can all get along.
The most important takeaway for me was our warm and welcoming community.
Good morning, Cardano! This is Charles Hoskinson broadcasting live in Las Vegas.
GM Cardano.
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 GM Cardano, where we break it down but don't dumb it down.
GM Cardano.
GM Cardano.
GM Cardano.
GM Cardano.
Together, we are the voice of Cardano, a digital nation open to all. If you have an important story that the Cardano community needs to hear, please use the GM Cardano tip line, gmctips@gmcardano.com, or send us a DM on X to our handle, GM_Cardano. For links to the above stories, please check our show notes. GM Cardano is your go-to resource for the latest news from the Cardano blockchain. Your support helps us grow. Please like and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. GM Cardano.